Hi, I'm Darren Starwynn, and today's message is what I stand for, and it's about breaking the taboo. In order to live fully, we have to stand for something. And I want to tell you what I stand for and what I feel really passionate about. And I hope that something I say here may spark something in you. In order for you to understand what I stand for, first I want to define a word, and that word is taboo. I'm sure you've heard this word taboo before. Most people see it as just another synonym for something that's prohibited or something that's not allowed or there's a law against something. But it really goes much, much further than that. There's plenty of things that fit into the dream of our society and our culture that are considered wrong, but everyone knows they go on and it's just part of life. There's some people that drive the speed limit and some people that are speeding. Some people that respect the law and some people that steal other people's stuff. There's some people that are monogamous and some people that do what's called cheating. And there's all these things going on. But it all just fits into our what we always expect. It's part of our reality. All of that. The light and the dark, the people that follow the rules and don't follow the rules. A taboo is much more than just something that's considered to be wrong in society. A taboo is something that is so deeply hardwired into someone's consciousness that they feel like they would die if they were to broach that subject. So it's so deeply wired that they just won't even go there. And many times, taboos are so strong that people don't even know the taboo's even there. So think about it. What could be the most profound taboo in our society that deeply affects almost all of us and can severely limit our joy, our fulfillment, our self-expression? And what could be a taboo that is so deeply wired into us that most of us don't even know it exists? We don't even know that it's even affecting us. That's a really strong taboo. Well, what I believe the taboo is that I'm talking about is the taboo against knowing who we really are. We may think we know who we are, and we certainly do on many levels. I mean, we know about our name and our personality and what we do, what we like, what we don't like, and we can sense parts of our higher self and parts of our dark side and all these reactions we have. We think we know who we are, but that's really just one level of who we are. The biggest part of who we are, no one ever tells us this. And there's a deep, hardwired belief in us that we're not allowed to know it. If someone went running down the street saying, I am God, I am the divine source of all, people would think he was either drunk, stoned, insane. And if someone kept doing that, they'd probably be locked up in an institution. And some people that say those things maybe do have severe mental disturbances. But it's also true. Knowing who we are is something that goes beyond the realms of most religions and spiritual paths and philosophies of life. It's actually a direct experience. So in my over 30 years of clinical practice, I've really struggled with this part of it. Even early on when I first started practicing acupuncture, I was doing pretty well helping most of the patients that came to me relieve their pain, stop smoking, dealing with uterine fibroids, depression, fatigue, weight loss. I was doing pretty well with a lot of that stuff. Obviously, I didn't help everybody. But what I started noticing after a few years as an acupuncturist is that even when I was successful and people were happy and they paid me and everything was going as expected, I'd see them then a few months later or a year later or even sometimes a few weeks later, and even though they had gotten good relief, that basic dis-ease inside of them would surface in a different way. It would either be the same symptom, the same pain coming back, or it might be something totally different. But there was basically, I started seeing there's some dis-ease in them that my acupuncture was just not getting all the way to. And then I got really involved with microcurrent, which was a whole nother world of effectiveness. And again, microcurrent could help many things that acupuncture didn't help as well. It opened another world of possibilities that kept me very, very involved for so many years, and I still do it decades later. But I also got to admit, microcurrent only goes so far. Light therapy only goes so far. Acupuncture only goes so far. Even psychology, even working with chakras on a very deep level, it goes deeper, but it still only goes so far. Because these systems are still based in duality. They're still based on problem, solution, issue, solution. And so as long as people are in that cycle, they're not really knowing their true self, because the true self exists outside of duality. And the taboo in our society is knowing and really profoundly identifying and experiencing themselves as the source that is prior to this duality. So I've seen a big change in how I've practiced over the decades. Say I've always gotten good results with a lot of people. In recent years, I've been using what I call quantum healing or fifth dimensional healing. And these are systems that facilitate people in truly reconnecting with their true self and breaking this taboo. Now, as you can imagine, because it's a taboo, sometimes a lot of fear comes up in people. When they start approaching the taboo, anxiety, the mind starts wandering in other places. Sometimes they don't come back and see me because it just got too scary. That's happened to me quite a few times. That somebody has some breakthrough experiences with me in a clinical session, then I suddenly don't see them again for a month or two. And when I finally see them, they say like, wow, that was really powerful. It was just too much for me to handle. And what that meant to me is that they came up against the taboo. So I've learned ways to help people move through that taboo much more easily, with less terror and less fear. Some things with some trauma release techniques which are very powerful, which quickly diffuse that deep hardwired fear so people can connect with their true self. So truly, reconnection to the true self, to the source of love, the source of light within them, is the deepest form of healing there is. And it goes incredibly well with all the other things we do, like working more on the body and on the mind. So now I am a stand for doing everything I can to truly connect with and know my true self and express that in my day-to-day life, and to help my patients to do so. And the transformations I'm seeing are much more gratifying than I ever have seen before. Now in the next video, I'm going to tell you what I stand against, because now that you know what I stand for. So I think you'll find that one interesting. So thank you so much for your kind attention. There's a whole series of these videos available to you at no cost that includes more like this, also ones with clinical protocols and guided meditations that you can access by opting into the Bridge to Mastery website for free. So that's www.bridge2mastery.com. I'll see you in the next video.